Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna.
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Ram,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram, 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram, 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare Ram
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 Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Ram
Ram
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Ram
Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram
Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare,
Ram
Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Ram Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Ram Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Rama Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram
Rama
Hare Ram
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Jai Shri
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram.
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram.
Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare.
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Ram
ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Ram.
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare. Hare Ram, Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Ram.
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Hare.
Hare Ram,
Jai Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna,
Prabhu Nityananda
Krishna Hare Hare.
Radha.
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Hare, Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Rama.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare 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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
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 Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Ram Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna.
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna.
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna.
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna.
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna.
Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna.
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna Hare Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare, Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
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 Hare.
Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram.
Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Harinam Harinam Ram Ram Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Harinam Harinam Ram Ram Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hari Harinam Harinam Ram Ram Hari 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hari
Krishna, Hare
Harinam Harinam Ram Ram Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hari
Hare
Harinam
Krishna,
Harinam
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Harinam Harinam
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Harinam Harinam Ram Ram Hari Hari
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Harinam Harinam Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
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 Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Hare
Jai
Krishna
Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Nitya, Nitya,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Ram
Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
कुत्राशिषः श्रुतिसुखामृगतृष्णिरूपः क्वेदं कलेवरम् अशेषरूजां विरोहः निर्विद्यते न तु जनो यदपीति विद्वान् कामानलं मधुलैव शमयन् दुराभये. In this material world, every living entity desires some future happiness, which is exactly like a mirage in the desert. Where is the water in the desert, or in other words, where is happiness in this material world? As for this body, what is its value? So there is some happiness, right? I mean, in sense gratification, there is some happiness. And so, how can we deny that there is no happiness? there is some happiness in the material world, but uh, that happiness is not constant. And what is the other thing? That happiness also is, uh,
Brings misery,
it brings
suffering.
misery. Yes. Any example of an of where you try to enjoy happiness and bring it brought you misery?
Now, if you eat a lot, you
Uh,
will become obese. You get diabetes if you eat a lot of sweets.
yes. So very good example. Yeah, if we eat a lot, then we'll become obese, and then we will have a lot of diseases. So sense gratification like that. Then another way, um, any other uh, thing which, when you indulge in happiness, will give you a lot of misery.
If you try to become happy in this world by possessing so many things, then you have to work very hard, right, to get those things. That's misery.
Yeah,
So,
like on credit card, you can get so many things, right, immediately, but then you have to work hard to pay the bills, right? So you can get a mortgage and you can get a very, very big house, and then you have to toil for so many years to fulfill that mortgage. Same thing, like, yeah, if you expand too much in this material world, like you have children, then of course we can't say children is the source of misery, but if you have two children and you have five children, when they are, because of sense gratification, you had children, right? Mostly it is because of sex desire that people, and then children are there, and then what happens? Then you have to now, um, you know, pay for those. You have to save for their college education. You have to work very hard, and you have to restrict your money usage. And then if they fall sick, then you feel misery also. So like that, when their health is affected, then your or if they have some mental problems, then you are also affected, right? Some children are born, as they are saying, autism is rising right now. So many children are being autistic. So now you had children because of sense gratification, and then now you think that now this, it will become give me happiness, but it gives you misery. So like that, everything is like that. Or yeah, then you have sense gratification, then you don't want the child, then you want to abort the child, then you have to go to a clinic and then go through abortion. I don't know how painful that is, but it gives you bad karma also. So like that, birth control and all these things will give you bad karma to suffer. So in this way, your reputation can be ruined if you engage in sense gratification. Then so many big leaders, their reputation was ruined because of that. So many things. So sense gratification can give you a lot of misery in that way. So, but there is some happiness. Prabhupada says there is some happiness while engaging in sense gratification. But that happiness is the ultimate enemy of the that happiness is the ultimate
and
enemy
enjoy.
of the sense enjoy. So while you are indulging in sense gratification, it may feel very nice and very good, but actually that will give you, it is your enemy. So spiritually it is also enemy, because you become addicted to sense gratification, and then you remain in this material world. You get one body after another, and then you get birth, death, old age, disease. So in spiritual way also. So the so he's saying that yeah, and sometimes we work hard with the expectation that in future I will get happiness. We are all waiting for some event to happen in our life in the future. When I will get promotion in my job, then I'll be very happy. Then when I will get married, I will be very happy. Then when we'll have children, I'll be very happy. So like that, he's saying every living entity desires some future happiness. So right now I am not happy, but in future I will be happy if I work very hard now. That is how it is. Which is exactly like a mirage in the desert. Where is the water in the desert? So there is a perception that there is water ahead, but there is no water. Actually, it's just a illusion. And then you run after it because thinking that yes, if I work hard, I'll get that, then I'll be very happy. Then Prahlad Maharaj is saying, where is water in the desert? Or in other words, where is happiness in this material world? As for this body, what is its value? It is valuable, we say, right? Human form of life is very valuable. Yes. But really, if you see, materially speaking, of course, they do this kidney, they steal kidneys, right? And many cases like that happened where people were operated upon, their kidney, one kidney was taken away, like that. So there is some value for that. But one sense, this body, right, it will end up in the graveyard. So in that sense, it will dust unto, what is that? Dust thou are. It has come from dust, and to dust it will go back. So it is merely a source of various diseases also. So many diseases can happen in the body. The so-called philosophers, scientists, and politicians know this very well, but nonetheless they aspire for temporary happiness. Why they aspire for temporary happiness? Because we don't know spiritual happiness. So somehow or other we have to find our happiness. So this kind of reasoning comes up again and again, like in our classes, that if you don't find spiritual happiness, then you will hanker for temporary material happiness. Happiness is very difficult to obtain, but because they are unable to control their senses, they run after the so-called happiness of the material world and never come to the right conclusion. The right conclusion is that I'm spirit soul, I'm servant of Krishna, I'm meant to attain spiritual happiness on the spiritual platform. So never come to that conclusion. And whole life goes like that, right? Running after the so-called happiness. And okay, like Sri Devi Mataji was saying that she was getting frustrated. This cannot be the way of life. So sometimes we get frustrated and then we come to the right conclusion. There is a song in the Bengali language which states, I constructed this home for happiness, but unfortunately there was a fire and everything has now been burned to ashes. This illustrates the nature of material happiness. Everyone knows it, but nonetheless one plans to hear or think something very pleasing. Unfortunately, all of one's plans are annihilated in due course of time. So death means the end of all possibilities. So you may plan and plan, but Krishna comes and takes away as time. There were many politicians who planned empires, supremacy and control of the world, but in due time all their plans and empires, and even the politicians themselves, were vanquished. Many people thought that they will dominate the whole world. The British Empire, right? It was there, it was spread throughout. So many countries were subjugated by the Britishers. But now the British Empire is no longer. Yeah. So with time, things change. Things change in this world. Everyone should take lessons from Prahlad Maharaj about how we are engaged in so-called temporary happiness through bodily exercises for sense enjoyment. So this way or that way, somehow find happiness through the body, gratification of the senses. All of us repeatedly make plans which are all repeatedly frustrated. Therefore, one should stop such plan making. So we should make plans on how to advance in spiritual consciousness, right? How I can, what I will do. Plan is good. We should plan. So tomorrow I will chant good japa. I will rise early in the morning. I will chant good japa. Or tomorrow I will read Bhagavatam. Or today I will read Bhagavatam. So like that, some plan like that. How I can purify my consciousness. So that is a plan. As one cannot stop, as we plan for a vacation, right? Oh, I'm going on a vacation, like that. So we plan, we pack our bags, we say, oh, what time we have to go, like that. Who will drop me to the airport? How will I go? So, like that. So much planning. People buy their tickets well in advance, right? They plan that on this day, we don't know whether we'll live on that day or not. Like we are saving for retirement. We think, oh, when I retire, when that will come. But we don't know whether we'll live. But still we plan ahead. So we should plan for spiritual progress. How I'm going to purify my heart, how I'm going to chant the holy name, like that, how I'm going to serve Krishna, some plan for that. As one cannot stop a blazing fire by constantly pouring ghee upon it, one cannot satisfy oneself by increasing plans for sense enjoyment. That Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, what is that verse in the third chapter? That the fire never extinguishes.
Avritam jnanam etena
Tena
jnano
nityaverina.
kamarupena kaunteya dushpurena nalena cha.
Prabhupada gives the example that a lady has a child and she goes through so much labor pain. She says, no, no, now I will never have another child. It's so troublesome. Then again, after some time, again she becomes pregnant. And again she wants another child, or she's like that. So after having gone through repeated frustration in life, still one does not get the lesson. But he still has hope. No, no, next time around it will not be so bad. This time it was bad, but next time it will be nice. And it may turn out maybe nice some way, like that. Like somebody gets divorced and then he says, okay, again I will marry. Maybe this time my marriage will be better. My previous marriage was not good, but this time my marriage will be better. So that's the hope. The jiva has that hope that next time around Maya also gives up some hope. And that hope keeps us going. And sometimes it works out, right? Maya does not always make us frustrated. Sometimes things work out. Let's say I was married one time and it didn't work out. Next time I got married, it worked out. So I feel very happy. Yeah, it's not. But then some other problems come, right? So then health issue or this or that. So as one cannot stop, so should we not yeah, we are constantly looking to improve our sense gratification. So that's what how we can. So when the material world is meant to make us frustrated with our desires for sense enjoyment, so that Prabhupada said like that, yeah, you give me millions of dollars, I will not go back to that life again. I'm done with this. So when one comes to that nirasha means asha means hope, and nirasha means without hope. That there is no hope for. Then you can actually advance in spiritual life. But otherwise, our feet are in two boats, right? One is in this boat and one is in that boat. So that's why it is, or that we are rowing and rowing, but the anchor is still there. So we are not making any progress, any headway, or very little headway because of the anchor is not removed. So it's very difficult to remove the anchor because we are conditioned, habituated to sense gratification. So it's very difficult to reverse that mentality. So that's where we cry out to Krishna. Krishna, please help, please help. And really, if we want to get out of the trouble, then we'll cry out very desperately, like Draupadi cried out. But we don't think that sense gratification is trouble. We think it's happiness. So we don't cry out so desperately. Otherwise, we should be crying to Krishna. Oh, my conditioning is so bad, Krishna, so bad, Krishna. I'm going to get another material body. I'm going to get into another womb of another mother. Only in few years, again, my whole thing will repeat. I'll go through death. This Krishna. So when we really, really feel like that, that sansara kupe, what is the word? Sansara kupe, patito
पतितोत्तगात्रे
mohan.
मोहन् पूर्णे विषयाभितप्ते करावलम्बं मम देहि विष्णु गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति.
When we feel that we are in this, we have fallen into this sansara kupa, in this well of birth and death. That's why Krishna says most people don't even realize that they are in a difficult situation. The power of Maya is so strong that most people don't even realize that we are in the cycle of birth and we are enjoying, we're trying to enjoy, but we are in the cycle of, we are in the fire. It's like you are in a forest fire and you're trying to enjoy in this material world. So, so most people don't even realize that. Because of the influence of Maya, we don't realize that. That's why every time we sing Manglarti, the first thing, Sansara Dava Nalulidha Loka. So if we really meditate on the words, meaning of the words, right, we'll know what is the sansar. The sansar is a blazing fire of material, blazing forest fire, where repeated birth and death takes place, right, and all kinds of situations. So, so that is the way. I think Premananda Maharaj was also saying, right, that if you want to make, when you can become completely frustrated, but Prabhupada was saying that what is the qualification to go back to Godhead? When you have completely become frustrated with this desire for material enjoyment, then you can take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet very tightly and nicely. Bhogeshwarya prasaktanam taya prita chetasam
व्यवसात्मिका बुद्धि समदं.
Krishna knows why we are not fixed up. He says, because you are too attracted to enjoyment in this material world in so many ways. That's why you're not fixed up in devotional service. Sometimes we, like I'm saying for my, sometimes we rise early, sometimes we don't, sometimes we chant attentively, sometimes we don't. Because so many things in the mind and so many mind is completely clouded with so many material desires. So, and so many duties we have created, right? The burden of self created duties. By our own desires, we have created so many duties and such a complex situation that we don't get time to associate with the sadhus and like that. So, like that. But everybody is meant to go back to Godhead. This is the purpose why we have got this human form of life. So that's why Krishna says, drop everything else, all the other duties you have manufactured. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam raja. Aham tvam sarva pabhibhyo mokshishyami masuja. Drop all these so-called material duties you have manufactured and just take my shelter, surrender to me fully. I will deliver you from all sinful reactions. Of course, we can do our duties in Krishna consciousness. We can raise our children in Krishna consciousness. We can have our family. We can progress. But with family, we should chant Hare Krishna together. We should read Bhagavatam. And with children, yeah, you should make them such a way that they are interested in devotional service so that they don't have to. Otherwise, don't become a father, don't become a mother, don't become a guru if you cannot fulfill your responsibility. And children learn by seeing their parents, right? So if the parents are very Krishna conscious, then children will also learn. So, so whatever it takes, right? Sometimes it takes whatever it takes to. Prabhupada says, if the goal of life is to go back to Godhead, then whatever it takes, we should be ready to do. Like in office, right? Sometimes you have problem, then they will say whatever it takes, you have to solve this problem. You cannot, because this is stopping our business. You cannot be in situations like that, right? They says you have to be on the conference call and talk to whoever you need and like get whoever you want. In we can get external consultants, but this problem has to be solved because this way we can't. So it takes 10 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, but you have to be. So, similarly, if you really, really want to solve the problem of birth, death, old age, disease, then whatever it takes, one should be very determined, like Dhruva Maharaj, right? That's what, or Rukmini. Rukmini was very determined. So, Prabhupada, Krishna talks about this determination, Dhrida Vrataha, in many places in the Bhagavad Gita. Dhrida Vrataha. Dhrida means determination, strong determination. So, we say to make spiritual advancement, you need very fierce, strong determination and extreme humility. Extreme humility and very fierce, strong determination. If you have these two things, then you make spiritual advancement. Okay, so as one cannot stop a blazing fire by constantly pouring ghee upon it, one cannot satisfy oneself by increasing plans for sense enjoyment. This blazing fire is Bhava Mahadavagni, the forest fire of material existence. This forest fire occurs automatically without endeavor. Like in Los Angeles, it happened. We want to be happy in the material world, but this will never be possible. We shall simply increase the blazing fire of desires. Our desires cannot be satisfied by illusory thoughts and plans. So our desires will simply increase and the fire will simply burn. Our desires cannot be satisfied by illusory thoughts and plans. Rather, we have to follow the instructions of Lord Krishna. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam braja. Then we shall be happy. Otherwise, in the name of happiness, we shall continue to suffer miserable conditions. So, who is telling this truth? Only the scriptures. Only Bhagavatam is saying. Nobody is giving the truth. Prabhupada is giving this truth. Nobody else. Outside, if you go, nobody, no university, nowhere. They are telling you the exact, the truth. Okay. So, any comments on this verse? Anybody else? Okay. No comments. Then next verse we'll read. Kvaham raja prabhava ishatamodhikesmin chata suretara kule kvat panukampa na brahmano na tu bhavasya na vairamaya yanme arpita shirashi padmakara prasadaha. O my Lord, O Supreme Lord, because I was born in a family full of hellish material qualities of passion and ignorance, what is my position? So for him, Lord has appeared, but his thinking is so fallen. He's born in a family which is demoniac. Nowhere Prahlad says, oh, you appeared, I'm so advanced. Because of it was for Prahlad's sake only, Nrsimhadev appeared, but he never says anywhere like that I'm so advanced, I'm better than all this. I pacified you with my prayers. And what is to be said of your causeless mercy, which was never offered even to Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, or the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi? You never put your lotus hand upon their heads, but you have put it upon mine. So here it is, he's saying, yes, I'm so fortunate that you put your lotus hand upon my head, which you didn't put upon Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, or Goddess of Fortune. I'm so fortunate. This is your causeless mercy. He doesn't think that I have earned it, and that's why you put your lotus hand upon my head. No, it is your causeless mercy. So, but you have put it upon mine. Of course, it is Prahlad's, devotion that attracted. We glorify Prahlad, but Prahlad is saying it's your causeless mercy. He doesn't feel that it's my own. Prahlad Maharaj was surprised at the causeless mercy of the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead. For although Prahlad was born in a demonic family, and although the Lord had never placed his lotus hand on the head of Brahma, Shiva, or the goddess of fortune, his constant companion, Lord Nrsimhadev kindly placed his hand on the head of Prahlad. This is the meaning of causeless mercy. The causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead may be bestowed upon anyone, regardless of his position in the material world. So Krishna can give mercy to anybody. We cannot say, oh, I am chanting 16 rounds. Why I am not getting mercy? That person is not chanting. He is only chanting one round. How is he getting more mercy than me? Krishna is Swarat. He can give. He can give to anybody he wants. Of course, then we may think that this is all illogical, right? Krishna is giving mercy without somebody even like approaching him very earnestly. And like that. Is God like illogical? He decides whom to give mercy arbitrarily. He just decides arbitrarily whom he wants to give. There is no logic. Of course, Krishna does say, Ye atha mam prapadyante tans tathaiva bhajami ham. But there can be exceptions. If Krishna wants to give, then he can give. But we should not think that I'll be the exception. We have to follow the standard way given by the acharyas, and we have to do everything in our power, which comes from Krishna only. But yes, everything that we what they say, do everything,
Do as if everything depends on
depends
you,
on
and pray as if everything depends on Krishna.
Krishna. Yeah. So we have to do our best, and to Krishna leave the rest. So we have to do our best. We should not think I'll be the exception. Oh, like sometimes people say, oh, Jamil got the mercy at the last moment. He chanted Narayan. So I will also do like that. I will not chant now, but maybe at the last moment, I will just remember Krishna. So, yeah, we should not think. The standard way is to get the mercy. So, but Krishna can give, yeah, if he wants. So, everyone is eligible to worship the Supreme Lord irrespective of his material position. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 14:26. That is Mami Partha Vipashritya Yepishu Papa Yonaya. Striya Vesha Tatha Shudrastepi Anti Param Gatim. And here Prabhupada is saying 14:26 is Mam Chaudhya Picharena. So everyone is eligible to worship the Supreme Lord irrespective of his material position. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 14:26. It's an interesting. Prabhupada quotes this verse instead. I was thinking the other verse. Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sa gunan samatite tan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Means whatever modes of nature you may be in, you can still engage. One who engages in full devotional service, who does not fall down in any circumstance, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Anyone who engages in continuous devotional service to the Lord is situated in the spiritual world and has nothing to do with material qualities, Sattva Gun, Rajo Gun, and Tamo Gun. Because Prahlad Maharaj was situated on the spiritual platform, he had nothing to do with his body. So no matter where you are, everybody can chant Hare Krishna and raise themselves up from lower modes to higher modes. Nobody is barred from serving the Lord, especially chanting Hare Krishna. Deity worship, yeah, you may be not qualified, but chanting Hare Krishna, nobody is barred from chanting Hare Krishna or doing some other menial services like mopping the floor or things like that in the temple. So these services anybody can do. Sometimes people say, I'm impure. Can I do this service? Yes. If you are impure, then how will you become pure? You will become pure by coming in contact with all pure. So, if I have disease, can I take the medicine? It's saying like that. If I have disease, can I take? Yes, you are supposed to take the medicine to get cured. So, I'm impure. Can I chant Hare Krishna? Yes, you can chant Hare Krishna because this is the medicine, as Maharaj was saying. E neche aushadhi maya nashi boro lagi. Harinama maha mantra lao tumi magi. This is the medicine, aushadhi. So if you want to get cured, then we have to take the medicine. And we have to take the medicine regularly in a certain dosage. So at least 16 rounds. It's like that. We can't overdose on this medicine. Actually, if you overdose, then you will get cured faster. But other medicines you can't overdose because you think, oh, I have disease. If I take more of this medicine at one time, then I will get cured. No, it may have negative effect. But in this, you overdose on the medicine, the faster you get cured. So it means you chant more, then you get more cured much faster. Right? The more you chant. So because Prahlad Maharaj was situated on the spiritual platform, he had nothing to do with his body, which had been the born of the modes of passion and ignorance. The symptoms of passion and ignorance are described in Srimad Bhagavatam 1 to 19 as lust and hankering. Tada rajas tamo bhava kama lobha dayasche. Kam, so it says Kam and Lobh, greed and lust. They are the result of the mode of passion and ignorance. Rajas and Tama. Normally we would think it is Rajas because Tama is like laziness. Prahlad Maharaj, being a great devotee, thought the body born of his father to be born of passion and ignorance. But because Prahlad was fully engaged in the service of the Lord, his body did not belong to the material world. So Krishna has given me the body, it is his energy, and I should use it not for my enjoyment but for Krishna's enjoyment. The pure Vaishnava's body is spiritualized even in this life. For example, when iron is put into a fire, it becomes red hot. And is no longer iron but fire. So Krishna's consciousness flows through the body. When one becomes Krishna conscious, then he is like the red hot iron that becomes like fire. Similarly, the so-called material bodies of devotees who fully engage in devotional service of the Lord, being constantly in the fire of spiritual life, have nothing to do with matter but are spiritualized. They don't even know that, they have a body kind of. One is their out of bodily conception of life, and the body is just a tool, just like car. They think body is like car. We use car, so we use our body for serving Krishna like that. Shukdev Goswami was not even aware that he had a body. He was completely on the spiritual platform. But of course, whatever he had, he used his tongue in speaking Srimad Bhagavatam, and he was thinking about the Lord like that. Srila Madhvacharya remarks that Goddess of Fortune, the Mother of Universe, could not get mercy similar to that which was offered to Prahlad Maharaj. For although the Goddess of Fortune is always a constant companion of the Supreme Lord, the Lord is more inclined to his devotees. So Lakshmi Devi is massaging the lotus feet of the Lord. She did not get the fortune of God Krishna putting her hand on her head. In other words, devotional service is so great that when it is offered even by those born in low families, the Lord accepts it as being more valuable than the service offered by the Goddess of Fortune. Of course, how can we say? Because Lakshmi is also rendering devotional service. So, how can we say that the Lord accepts that service as more valuable? Anybody has any comments on that? Because Lakshmi is also, we say Pada Sevanam, we say Lakshmi Devi, right? She's rendering devotional service. So why the Lord is saying that it is being more valuable than when devotional service is so great that when it is offered even by those born in low families. So maybe low families is the key here. That even those who are, unqualified, or because they have very difficult circumstances, they offer service to the Lord. The Lord considers it's more valuable than service offered by Lakshmi Devi. Like in difficult times, if you have difficult time and you render service to the Lord appreciates that you have such a difficult time and still you are rendering service. So maybe that way.
Yeah, unconditionally more so.
Okay. Unconditionally, of course, Lakshmi Devi is also rendering devotional service unconditionally. Of course, we say that she could not enter into Ras Leela because she had this Vaikuntha Bhav, that she is the queen of Vaikuntha. So there was some maybe pride in that way. That's why she could not enter into Ras Leela.
There's this in Canto 11, I think you read it in some lecture. So Krishna is saying, my dear Uddhav,
Yeah.
neither Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Sankarshan, the goddess of fortune, nor indeed my own self are as dear to me as you are. And I think in the purport it's mentioned, Lord gives preference to a helpless devotee who depends completely on his mercy. The only way to obtain the Lord's mercy is through his causeless love, and the Lord is most lovingly inclined towards those devotees who are most dependent on him, just as ordinary mothers and fathers worry more about their helpless children than about those who are self-sufficient.
Yeah. So if father has 5 children and one child is little handicapped, then he gives more attention to that child because he needs more than the others. So, so does it mean those who are very fallen? So should we become fallen? And then we should pray to Krishna for mercy because then we'll get the most attention.
I mean, the great devotees, they call out to Krishna in a very humble mood, knowing that they are fallen, not necessarily that they do activities that like that, but humility, the bhav of humility, the any bhav is what attracts Krishna.
Okay. Yeah, those who are in humble state.
Janma Aishwarya Shruti Shibire Damanmada Nivarde Badatma Tvam Akinchana Gochara.
Yeah, but even we say Maharaj Amrish, he had everything, but he was like Akinchana, like Sukdev Goswami. So he had externally everything. He was not like in a very poverty-stricken condition or anything like that. But he's also Akinchana in his consciousness, like that. Yeah. Okay, so the devotee feels like that. He is very fallen. Patita pavana hetu tavavatara mushamapatita prabhu na paibe ara. Yeah, if you come to deliver the fallen, so I am the most fallen, so my claim is first. So, anyways, like that. Of course, Narottam Das Thakur is not fallen, but he feels like that. The more we advance in Krishna consciousness, the more we feel we are fallen. That's how it is. That's Premera Swabhav Yaha Premera Sambandh Shei Mane.
Krishna More Nahi Prem Gan.
Okay. Lord Brahma. Yeah. Go ahead. Madhav Kanta.
Uh, I somehow remember one incident where I think one devotee was saying to Srila Prabhupada, I am the most fallen. And then Srila Prabhupada corrected him. You are not most of anything.
You are insignificant.
Most insignificant.
Something like that he said. Yeah, so we, of course, maybe sometimes we feel like that because we are actually fallen. That's another thing. And we may feel that, yeah, I'm very fallen. I'm still not have any love for Krishna. I'm so fallen. Yes, so that sometimes one can feel like that. That's reality also. And then the advanced devotees also feel like that, but they have so much love for Krishna. It's not like they don't have love for Krishna. They feel like that, but they have so much love for Krishna. They are pure devotees. And generally, others also may feel that, "Yeah, I have no attraction for this." Like Rupa Goswami says, right, that I have no attraction for those things that will give love for Krishna. O Gopijan Vallabh. Right? I was not born in a nice family and I have no attraction for the chanting, hearing, like that. So, but Rupa Goswami other places says Tunde Tandavani Ratim Vitanute Tundavali Labde. Oh, this is so wonderful, this chanting of Hare Krishna. I wish I had so many tongues and so many ears. I could just chant and hear. So, so both feelings are there, I think. In the sometimes they feel like very fallen. So there is a prayer by Rupa Goswami. Very,
Yeah, I can paste.
yeah,
Cherry,
yeah.
I have no love for Krishna, nor the causes for developing love for Krishna. Mainly hearing and chanting in the process of Bhakti Yoga, in which one is always thinking of Krishna and fixing his lotus feet in the heart, is also lacking in me. As far as philosophical knowledge or pious words are concerned, I don't see any opportunity for me to execute such activities. Above all, I am not even born of a nice family. Therefore, I must simply pray to you, Gopijan Vallabh. I simply wish and hope that some way or other I may be able to approach your lotus feet, and this hope is giving me pain because I think myself quite incompetent to approach the transcendental goal of life.
We can relate to this prayer. Yeah. I have no
I
love
think,
for Krishna and yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead, sir.
No, I was just saying that we can relate that I have no love and then I have no taste also for those things that will give me love for Krishna. So, so then somehow or other, Krishna. It's nice prayer.
Mm. Yeah, I was remembering Rukumani also was praying like this, although she was very qualified in all terms. She had all good qualities. She said, O lotus-eyed one, great souls like Lord Shiva hanker to bathe in the dust of your lotus feet and thereby destroy their ignorance. If I cannot obtain your mercy, I shall simply give up my vital force, which will have become weak from severe penances I will perform. And after hundreds of lifetimes of endeavor, I may obtain your mercy. So intense determination, as you were saying, and extreme humility, right?
Yeah.
So Krishna, I want you, but I know that I'm not qualified. So I beg you to accept me.
Yes. So it's not that I'm not qualified, so I just give up. No, I will do. I'll keep trying. Rukmini is saying I'll keep doing penances till I become. She's already qualified, but she's feeling it. So anyway, it's very amazing consciousness. So another way to look at it is, yeah, when you have love for Krishna, you can feel that you have love for Krishna, right? When you love somebody in this world, you know you have attraction for somebody or something in this world. So in your heart, you can say, okay, yes, I like chanting, right? I want to chant. I love to chant. Of course, that's an affirmation. But yeah, at some point, if you really like the chanting, then you will say, yeah, I like this is very nice. So it's not like you're pretending, but you like it.
Yeah, but sometimes if the mother, serving the child, how unconditionally she does it, even though she may be tired, she may be, going through an illness, but still she will do her job, right? So even though we may not feel taste in chanting, right? We still do it because we want to serve Krishna, and chanting of the holy name is serving Krishna. Because Krishna is pleased, I will still do it even though I'm not feeling any taste or ecstasy right now.
Yeah. And some days you really feel, yeah, today was good chanting. So you said, yeah, today I chanted nicely, right? It was better, right? This chanting was good. So you can feel, yeah, it was nice chanting.
And that too is causeless mercy from Krishna.
Yeah,
And when he's pleased with us, he gives us some experience of good chanting.
yeah,
We have to endeavor and then we get mercy.
yeah. Like some days we are very determined to chant very nicely. And some days we are not determined, right? So when we hear a nice class or when we come back from a retreat and we have heard all the nice things, then for some days we feel like, yes, I should chant with all this. very nicely. Or when we are in the retreat, like in the association of all the, then yeah, it's a nice chanting. Yeah, it was nice. So yeah, so we have to keep it like that mood, that determination consistent. That's the difficult part. So we have to motivate ourselves like that. And that's where determination and all these things come in. Which Krishna also, as you have strong desire, he gives you the determination. Like we say, we can desire only, but when we have strong desire, then Krishna gives you a strong determination in the heart. So you say, yeah, I'm going to, like Bhurijan Prabhu says, I'm going to hear this Mahamantra, very nice. Like Maharaj was also saying, it's not the beat the clock japa. Beat the clock japa means you just trying to Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram Ram, Hare. No, it's not beat the clock that you are just trying to get it in. Just put the check mark against. No, he said chant nicely. Yesterday he was saying, which he was quoting Prabhupada. Pronounce every word here nicely and call out to Krishna nicely with feeling, with love, like that. It's not a matter of getting rounds done, but do it nicely. So Bhurijan Prabhu takes it like that, right? He says, every mantra you chant, you put all your heart in it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. We should feel Radha Krishna in the chanting, right? Because this is, we should feel it. We should feel the presence of Radha and Krishna in the chanting. Because this is Radha and Krishna in the sound form. So like that, or Gaurnitai, whatever you feel like. Sitaram. So Srila Madhvacharya remarks that the goddess of fortune, the mother of the universe, could not get mercy similar to that which was offered to Prahlad Maharaj. For although the goddess of fortune is always a constant companion of the Supreme Lord, the Lord is more inclined to his devotees. I think we read all this. In other words, devotional service is so great. Okay, we read this. Lord Brahma, King Indra, and other demigods living in the upper planetary systems are situated in different spirits of spirit of consciousness, and therefore they are sometimes troubled by demons. But a devotee, even if it is situated in lower planets, enjoys life in Krishna consciousness under any circumstances. Parata Svata Karmata, as he acts himself, as he is instructed by others, or as he performs his material activities, he enjoys life in every respect. In this regard, Madhvacharya quotes the following verses which are mentioned in the Brahma Tarka. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we'll read one more verse. We'll end early today. Let's see. Naisha paravara matir bhavato nanusyaj jantor yathatma surido jagatas tathapi sansevaya suratoror iva te prasadaha sevanurupam mudayona paravaratvam. Unlike an ordinary living entity, my Lord, you do not discriminate between friends and enemies. As Amrendra was saying that day. Even Shishupal got the mercy because he was thinking of Krishna. Even, of course, it's not bhakti, but he still got, because somehow or other, if you think of Krishna in any way, in lust or whatever, envy, that verse is there. Right? So unlike an ordinary living entity, my Lord, you do not discriminate between friends and enemies. Although Krishna says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam. He is discriminating. He protects the devotees and he is annihilating the demons. Dushkrita, he says, Namam dushkritina muda prapatyante naradama. He is distinguishing. But whatever he does is for good. It's all good, even for the demons. The favorable and the unfavorable. Because, huh?
Tamaham sarvabhuteshu name dvashyasti na priya. He's equally ready to give mercy to anybody who desires it. But the first, the jiva should desire.
He distinguishes, that's for sure. But yeah, everybody can become a devotee. So everybody can get the mercy. So in that way, he's impartial. Like, so we say, like, you can open the window and let the sunlight in. How much you open the window is up to you. The more you open the window, the more you get sunlight in. So sun is not partial to anybody. So like that. And yeah, and then he gives his mercy to anybody if he wants. So everybody can become a devotee. You do not discriminate between friends and enemies. But he's especially inclined to the devotees, he says like that. This question came up in the sixth canto, seventh canto, when Prahlad, when Parikshit Maharaj was asking, why God always sides with the demigods? If he's impartial, why is he always siding with the demigods? So, the favorable and unfavorable, because for you there is no conception of higher and lower. Like if you are in the plane, then whatever is down, it doesn't, what is higher, lower, it doesn't matter. Nonetheless, you offer your benedictions according to levels of one's service. So that's where it is. You offer your benedictions according to level of one's service. Exactly as a desired tree delivers fruits according to one's desires and makes no distinction between the lower and the higher. So Krishna is like a desired tree. In Bhagavad Gita 4:11, the Lord.
Or like he says, Krishna is like rain, but if you sow bitter seeds, then whatever. If you sow the seeds of mango tree, then you'll get mango tree. You sow the seeds of.
That's a good example. It's a good analogy. Yeah, you can't blame the rain if you get bitter fruit because you sowed the seed for bitter fruit. So you are getting that. You can't say rain, but that other person is getting sweet fruit. So in Bhagavad Gita 4:11, the Lord clearly says, Yatha mam prapadyante tatstaiva bhajamiham. So if you want to get rid of all our sinful reactions, we should surrender to the Lord. We should just chant here all the time and do Krishna Seva all the time. So that's surrendering, right? That's basically, Krishna says, Mam chayo vyapicharena, never undeviating in any circumstances, always constantly engaged. Ahetuki apratihata. That is surrender. So all the time we should do Krishna service. Yathamam prapadyante tanstaiva bhajamiham, as one surrenders to me, because that is what they do in the spiritual world. All the time they are serving. As one surrenders to me, I reward him accordingly, as stated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jivara Swarupavai Krishna Nitya Das. And the Lord also serves the devotee. So it's not like one-way traffic. Every living being is an eternal servant of Krishna. According to the service the living entity renders, he automatically receives benediction from Krishna, who does not make distinctions, thinking, here is a person in an intimate relationship with me, and here is a person I dislike. Krishna advises everyone to surrender to him. Of course, he dislikes if you offend the devotees. That's there. Krishna advises everyone to surrender to him. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja. One's relationship with the Supreme Lord is in proportion to that surrender and that service one renders unto the Lord. So how much we are surrendering, to that extent Krishna is reciprocating. Thus, throughout the entire world, the higher or lower positions of living entities are selected by the living entities themselves. Like in a company, if somebody is working very hard to further the interest of the company, then he will get a bonus. Everybody may not get the same bonus, right? Because the one who is very devotedly working for the company, then he may get a higher performance bonus than somebody else. So those who are dedicating themselves to Krishna, then they get more mercy. Thus, throughout the entire world, the higher or lower positions of living entities are selected by the living entities themselves, by our karma. If one is inclined to dictate that the Lord grants something, one receives benedictions according to his desires. Yeah. So sometimes we do little and we expect much more. Like if I don't work in a company, can I expect like a promotion in the company? No, we should not think like that. Oh, I come I do sometimes some service little bit, but I expect so much more from Krishna that he should do. Like we give $5 and we think, oh, Krishna should give me $1,000,000 because I give $5. He should give me $1,000,000 now. So Krishna can give. Yeah, it's possible. Sudama gave only little poma and he got so much. We say like that, this story. But of course, Sudama's life was full of devotion. His whole heart and everything, he was fully devoted to Krishna. Like that. So sometimes we think, yeah, Sudama gave only little and he got so much more. We give this story so that people donate something and they go, we get a lot. But Sudama's life was fully devoted. He was a pure devotee. So he was completely devoted to Krishna. But we talk about that fruit vendor, right? Fruit vendor who came. Right? She was maybe not initially, so she was so attracted. She heard about Krishna, right? So she came to Krishna too. She was waiting outside, right? And then she was hankering to have Krishna darshan, something like that. And Krishna said, my mother said, never go to any strangers. Like that, some
So
story we heard.
Varanga Darshan Prabhu was saying this Sudama giving a poha, and Krishna didn't speak anything to him. Right? Krishna was actually feeling indebted. He said that whatever he's giving to Sudama is not enough compared to what Sudama gave him, because Sudama didn't have anything and he had to beg something to give to Krishna. And Krishna has so much, and what is Krishna giving in return to what Sudama gave? So Krishna was feeling indebted, right? And same with the fruit vendor. She had little fruits and she didn't ask anything from Krishna in return. And so this is like unconditional. So Krishna is purchased, he's conquered, right?
Yes.
Mm.
And Sudama's full life was devoted to Krishna also. Like he was a friend of Krishna, he was pure devotee of Krishna. So yeah, if I am poor and if I take poma from somebody and give Krishna, but I am not completely devoted to Krishna, will I get the same thing? Yeah, maybe I can get. But he was not expecting also anything in return, right? Sudama, when he was going back, he was saying, yeah, Krishna did not give me. It's very nice because if he gave me, then what would have happened? I would have become carried away.
Mm.
I would have become carried away. He never thought. The whole purpose, which his wife said to him, that you go and give something to Krishna, so he will give you something, he'll help us. Because they were in poverty, they didn't have any food to eat, nothing. So why don't you go and. Sudama was hesitant to go for that purpose. But then he thought, yes, I have not seen my friend for such a long time. That was the motivation for Sudama. Sudama's wife was saying that you go and ask help from Krishna because he's your friend and like that. But Sudama himself was feeling hesitant. Why should I go and ask for some material thing? But then he thought, yeah, I have not seen my friend for a long time. So let me go and see him. It'll be nice to see him. So with that intention he gave. And he wanted to take a gift for his friend, not with the expectation that he will give back something in return if I give him something. So he was a pure devotee. So, and of course we say he had pride of austerity. So Krishna wanted to, like, he was thinking. So yeah, his whole life was dedicated to Krishna. So
Yeah, so in that Ambarish Maharaj prayers, Aham Bhakta Paradhino Yashvatantra Vadvij Sadhu Bhirgrasta Redyo Bhaktir Bhakta Janapre. Krishna is saying that I am completely under the control of my devotees. I am not at all independent. And because my devotees are completely devoid of or any material desires, I sit only in the course of their heart. So, yeah, Krishna is conquered by the pure devotional service. Shri Krishna, Akarshani, Krishna becomes subordinate to those devotees who don't have any material desires. And they only want to serve Krishna unconditionally out of love. Then
and Krishna is conquered.
Like in this world, if you give yourself to somebody, then yeah, then that person becomes conquered, right? If you, of course, it's not pure in this world, but if supposing somebody really becomes your servant, right? Unconditionally. He says, I'm going to serve you unconditionally, no matter what. Then you naturally feel so much obligated, so much inclined to such a person. That feeling is there in us because it's there in Krishna also. So, so you naturally feel so like mother, like we say, mother will serve the child unconditionally. So naturally, the child will have so much affection for the mother because such love where you can find, right? Where unconditionally the mother is serving the child. So even if she has difficulties,
Yeah.
she will. So naturally, the child will feel. Go ahead.
Well, in this material world, I mean, it always falls short. You don't get the reciprocation, and that's how you're frustrated. So, yeah, in this material world, we forget what others have done, and we're not very grateful. But see, Krishna has given us so much. We get, and forget. We are forgetting even Krishna, who has given us so much, right? That's why we're running after material things, not thinking of Krishna and thinking of so many things.
Yeah,
That's the nature of a conditioned soul.
yeah. Ultimately, anybody is able to help us. It's all coming from Krishna, right? Because Krishna has
Mhm.
given that person some ability, whatever, strength and intelligence, so they are able to help. Yes. So ultimately, how if you are grateful to our mother and father of this world, how much should we be grateful to our supreme mother and father who has given everybody everything, because of which anybody is able to help us. So that way we can also see that we are very attached to our mother and father, right? Because they have done so much for us. So our supreme father is Krishna. So how much he has done for us. Ultimately everything comes from him. So so if one wants to be elevated to the higher planetary systems, the heavenly planets, he can be promoted to the place he desires, and if one wants to remain a hog or a pig on the earth, Lord fulfills that desire also. Therefore, one's position is determined by one's desires. So we should start changing our desires. And how do we change your desires? By letting go of those desires that are not favorable and cultivating and deliberately trying to cultivate those desires which are favorable. Because that is what we can do. We can desire. So one's position is determined by one's desires. And then
But
desire impels action. Yeah.
mhm. But also we should act towards it. Like I can desire to go back home, back to Godhead, and
Yeah.
have enjoy there. But I'm not acting in a way that that I be qualified to go there.
Correct. Yeah, when your desire is very strong, then you will act. Because the desire is not so strong right now. It is there. Yeah, I want to become a doctor, but yeah, it's not like. Those who really, really want to, like in IITs and other exams, right? IIMs, those who really want to crack the exam, they will study day and night. They will take this class and this tutorial and that tutorial because they really want to crack the exam, right? Because they're and somebody else may say, yes, yes, I want to study in IIMs, IITs. Yes, I want to study. I want to study. But they are not doing. Again, it comes to like the intensity of desire. So, if the intensity of desire is very strong, that will reflect in your action. How intense your desire is determined by your action. Like if you really have to catch a flight, right, and you really really want to go on that flight, then you will like start packing 1 hour earlier. It all reflects, right? You really don't want to miss the flight, so you will reach the airport early and everything. And you'll plan everything.
You
So
don't start. You don't start packing 1 hour before the flight.
yeah, correct.
You pack days before the flight.
Yeah, days before. Maybe not. Yeah. Yeah. If you're really something, you're it is something that you cannot miss, something like that. Then, like you have an interview, you don't have a job for 6 months, and then there you got an interview call, and they will invited you for an interview. At 9 o'clock, you have to show up for the interview. If you really, really want a job, then you will make sure that you are there 8:30 in the parking lot, half an hour before, and because you are desperate to get the job. So it's like that. It's the intensity of the desire. Then you will do it, whatever it takes. So it's ultimately a question of the intensity of the desire. Like Dhruva Maharaj's desire was so intense to see the Lord and get his help. Maybe materially motivated, but Tivra, very strong desire that nobody could stop him. And Rukmini also like that, we say. So strong desire. So that is what laulyam, tatra laulyam, pimulyam ekalam, that greed or intense desire is what. Therefore, one's position is determined by one's desire. So how to become like that? So we have to ultimately, it is up to us, right? We desire, and we associate with those who have intense desire, and by their association, that's how we are all like practicing, right? Because we are coming in contact with all the devotees, Chandramauli Maharaj, and all these different devotees who are very so many years they have practiced devotional service, given up everything, and we come in contact. That's why we should associate. When there is an opportunity, we should associate with those who have intense desire. Then we will get that intensity of desire by hearing from them, by serving them. So Narad Muni also, as son of maid servant, he got that intense desire by. So association is the key with advanced devotees. Therefore, one's position is determined by one's desires, and those are pure desire. The Lord not with ulterior motive. The Lord is not responsible for the higher or lower grades of our existence. This is further explained quite definitely in Bhagavad Gita by the Lord Himself. Yanti deva vrata devan pitrin yanti pitra vrataha. Bhutani yanti bhutechya yanti madhyajinopimam. Some people want to be promoted to the heavenly planets, some want to be promoted to Pitralok, some want to remain on earth. But if one is interested in returning home back to Godhead, he can be promoted there also. Like Dashrath Maharaj, very strong desire to have a child. Chitraketu Maharaj, he was so frustrated not having a child. It was so strong desire to have a child that they did the Putra Kamishti at Dashrath Maharaj. They did. So whatever, like if sometimes we have a disease and we want to get rid of the disease, we'll go from pillar to post everywhere. We'll try to find this way, that way, how to get rid of the disease. So we'll try this medicine, that medicine, Ayurveda, this, that, so many, because it's a question of survival. So according to the demands of a particular devotee, he receives a result by the grace of the Lord. The Lord does not discriminate. So we can pray very intensely to Krishna. The Lord does not discriminate, thinking, here is a person favorable to me and here is a person who is not favorable. Rather, He fulfills the desires of everyone. Therefore, the Shastras enjoin, akama sarva kama va moksha kama udaradi, tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. So we should do our bhakti with tivra, intensity when we are chanting, like with the focus, Hare Krishna, keeping all, trying to control our mind and everything. Whether one is without desire, the condition of the devotees, or is desirous of all fruitive activities, or is after liberation, one should with all efforts try to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead for complete perfection, culminating in Krishna consciousness. According to one's position, whether as a devotee, a karmi or jnani, whatever one wants, one can get if one fully engages in the service of the Lord. Okay, so we can stop. We have to go and we have to pack also and maybe do other things. So we are going. So who will do the call while we are gone? Somebody who is not going. do the call if they want to. Janish is also going. Tina can do the call morning. I mean, you can play a lecture or something if she's free. But she is sure to go to work then. Maybe Dwarka Nath Prabhu can do.
Manish Goyal, Prabhu.
He's coming.
Oh, he's coming.
Yeah. So we are all going to Sadhu Sangha.
So can't we have the call for like sometime in the morning over there?
I think there is a
Maybe.
Bhagavatam class going on at this time.
Oh, okay.
Into the
So then
schedule.
Madhav Kanta Prabhu can do. Every morning he can start the Japa call and then he can do the Bhagavatam. If Madhav Kanta Prabhu is going, I don't know if he's going or not going. He's on the call, whether he's hearing or not, I don't know.
No, Prabhu, I'm not going.
So maybe you can do the call and then whoever wants to join. Join. What do you think? Is it possible? Not possible. Because of your schedule, it may not be possible. Right? But if you want, start. Otherwise, we'll just let it without. It's not like it has to be. Okay, so very.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Hmm? Sorry, you were saying.
I'll try because before 7 to 8 I join Bhagavatam class somewhere else and then I join here.
Oh, okay. So maybe you can put that Bhagavatam class on the call.
Okay.
Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Hare.
See you.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.